Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Scottsdale Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Jill, and I will be leading our meditation time this morning. And good morning to everyone joining us in our virtual community as well. Our theme today is connected by design. And sometimes we approach our spiritual life like an IT problem. We walk into a room and feel like we're disconnected. We think we have to find the divine Wi-Fi signal. We troubleshoot our minds, we try to fix our thoughts, and we try to force ourselves to get connected. Science of Mind reminds us, though, that we cannot connect to what was never separate. So I invite you to take a look at your hands in your lap for a moment this morning. Feel the weight of it resting on your lap. Feel the slight pulse in your wrist. You didn't start that heartbeat this morning, and you don't have to keep it going when you fall asleep tonight. The exact same intelligent life force that rotates the planets and grows the grass outside is pulsing through your body right now. You're not a separate island trying to reach the shore. You're the ocean, and you are being lived by design. For the next few moments, we're going to go within, and we're going to play the game of subtraction. We're going to stop trying to have a good meditation. We're going to stop trying to clear our thoughts. Instead, we're going to let the mental walls simply crumble. So I invite you to close your eyes. Let your shoulders drop down from up around your ears. And just take a nice deep breath and let it go. And now let the word me go. Let go of your name. Let go of your to-do list for later today. Bring your attention entirely to the physical sensation of setting. Feel the exact place where your thighs and back meet the chair. Notice the solid support beneath you. You don't have to hold yourself up. The earth has you. The design has you. Now shift your attention to your skin. Can you feel the subtle air of the room resting on your skin? You don't have to try to feel it. The sensation just arises effortlessly in your awareness. Now going deeper into your own consciousness. An intellectual understanding of oneness doesn't save you from loneliness or lack. You have to move from concept to the reality of oneness. Behind your closed eyes, notice the thoughts floating through your mind. Don't fight them, just watch them. And ask yourself, who is the one watching the thoughts? Notice that you are not your thoughts. You are that vast, silent space in which the thoughts appear. You are not your emotions. You are the steady backdrop, allowing them to rise and fall away. Look within. try to find the exact boundary where your individual mind ends and the divine mind begins. Search for the wall between your soul and the soul of the universe. You can't find one because it doesn't exist. There's no line in the ocean where one drop stops and the next begins. Ernest Holmes told us that the infinite cannot be divided into separate parts. That means you're not a part of God. You are the whole of God, showing up as you. You are the infinite individualized. As we enter the silence in just a moment, don't try to fix or change anything. Step out of the story of your life and step into the vibrating energy of life itself. Drop into the deep, intelligent matrix of the one mind that has perfectly designed you from the beginning. If your mind begins to wander in the quiet, gently anchor it back with a single truth. I am not in the universe. The universe is in me. Repeat it silently. Feel it in your body. And let everything else dissolve as we go within. I am not in the universe. The universe is in me.
Be at peace. No matter what is going on around you, be at peace. And rise. Rise into love, into light. Rise into the knowing of who you
Gently, without opening your eyes just yet, bring your awareness back to this physical form. Feel the deeper breath naturally returning to your lungs. Feel the warm, vibrant energy of life tingling in your fingers and your toes. You didn't go anywhere. You didn't leave the divine because there's nowhere else to go. You simply remembered what has been true all along. You are whole, you are perfect, and you are complete. And you are connected by design. Take one more deep breath in. Let it go. And when you are ready, open your eyes and become present once again. Namaste. Stay tuned for our service and our message at 10 a.m. Connected by Design. We'll see you shortly.
Les hommes sauvages, tout est la majesté de bonheur. Joyeux, joyeux, visage petit, du bonheur, du bonheur. Tu es le magicien du bonheur pour ces pauvres âmes sauvages qui pleurent dans ce monde bleu sans chaleur. Tu es le magicien du bonheur avec tes mots magiques. L'univers revit l'espoir, revit l'espoir, revit l'espoir. Joyeux, joyeux, visage mystique. Les hommes sauvages, tout est la majesté du bonheur. Joyeux, joyeux, visage mystique. Les hommes sauvages, tout est la majesté du bonheur. Du bonheur. Ton message, ton émotion, profonde comme la nuit. Joyeux, visage mystique, les hommes sauvages, tout est la majesté du bonheur. Joyeux, joyeux, visage mystique, les hommes sauvages, tout est la majesté du bonheur. Du bonheur, joyeux, visage mystique. Les hommes sauvages, tout est la majesté du bonheur. Joyeux, joyeux, visage mystique. Les hommes sauvages, tout est la majesté du bonheur. Du bonheur. I know because my heart tells me so. How will I know the smile behind your eyes is for real? I can touch you and know what you feel. I know my heart tells me so. There is so much energy, enough for everyone. Deeper than the conscious mind, silent knowledge, wisdom we all share. Oh, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, 'cause my heart tells me so. Oh, oh. How will I know that I will have the strength to go on when all hope is gone? I know because my heart tells me so. How will I know that peace will come one day, that people can live in harmony? I know because my heart tells me so. I believe in days to come, people will be free. I believe one day we'll see everybody living life as one. Oh, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, 'cause my heart tells me so. Oh, oh. Usiku wa leo we wangu, laza kichwa kwenye mti wangu, Cheza usiku wa umwenze, pumzika. Mambo yote sawa, mambo yote sawa. Nipende usiku wa leo, nikumbate usiniache, ficha vidole mwilini, hakuna matata. Mambo yote shwari, mambo yote shwari, ya kesho usijali, hakuna ajuaye yajayo. Tuishi kwa siku hii, hisia za milele. Mambo yote shwari, mambo yote shwari. Usiku wa leo we wangu, laza kichwa kwenye mti wangu, cheza usiku wa umwenze, pumzika. Mambo yote sawa, mambo yote sawa. Nipende usiku wa leo, nikumbate usiniache, ficha vidole mwilini, hakuna matata. heart and soul as we love together. Young and old, we will sing together, together in one song. Come together from different worlds, we are drawn together. In our own way, we can pray together. Together we are strong. I see God in you. You see God in me. One path, one vision, one family. Come together, dreams and hands we will join together to build a place we can grow together. Together we are whole.
Please be seated. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Scottsdale Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Jill. I'm delighted to see everyone here this morning, and welcome to everyone joining us in our virtual community today. We're happy to have you with us as well. Welcome, welcome. And if you're joining us for the very first time, we welcome you wherever you may be on your journey. Know that you are welcome here with us to learn and grow and explore. And if you would like to stay in touch with our community, you can sign up for our weekly newsletter that comes out on Saturday mornings. And you'll get a bonus. You get our Mindful Monday that comes out on Monday mornings, which is a recap of today's message so that you can apply the principles and practices in your life all week long. And we are broadcasting live on Facebook and YouTube this morning. And you can always find us there live, and also Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. for a rebroadcast of just the message. And check in. Let your friends know where you are this morning. And if you're feeling creative, give us a review. We love to have your positive reviews and feedback on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. So thank you for that. We're also on Instagram and posting some reels and videos there. So keep up with us on Instagram also. We are a growing, vibrant spiritual community, and we have a vision, mission, and purpose that we speak into our service each week. Would you join me with that, please? Our mission is to provide spiritual tools for personal and community transformation. Our vision is a world that works for everyone. Our purpose is to awaken to our spiritual magnificence. And so it is. And one of the ways that we practice successful living from the inside out is through the practice of gratitude. And our gratitude reminder this week is from Rhonda Byrne, who says, make a commitment to never let a day pass without looking for the good, praising, appreciating, blessing, and being grateful. Gratitude is an important spiritual practice because it keeps us focused on what is in our lives that is good right now. And we also like to hear about your gratitude. We like to hear about how you're using the principles of the science of mind in your life. So this morning, I'd like to take a minute and do a little closed eye practice with you. If you're willing, just get comfortable and close your eyes and take a breath. Let that out. And as you feel yourself relaxing, ask yourself, what am I grateful for in this moment? How did I apply right thinking and the science of mind principles in my life this week? This can be something large or it can be something small. What are you grateful for? Take another breath and release that and open your eyes. I see some smiles, so I'm thinking there may be some grateful thoughts happening. Would anyone like to share anything this morning on your gratitude?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm grateful that I had the honor to go dog sitting for 3 weeks in Hawaii. Um, and I took it real responsibly because that's what I do. But while I was there, I practiced that I have a voice. And so I did some things that made me feel good.
Oh, good.
I was done, so I decided I was going to go home early and just certain things. And then yesterday, I had someone said something to me, and normally I would have responded in a different way, and I didn't. I just and I thought about it, and then I wrote something later. But yeah, I have a voice, and so I'm really grateful that I have a voice.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else? Anyone else? Oh, wait, Jim. Welcome back.
Thank you. I'm grateful to be back after a couple of weeks of vacation on a tour with my chorus in the Baltic states. And just so much to be grateful for. Wow, it's crazy. While I was there, I made a rule that I would not look at any American news. And that was really a mind wash and very good. So I was grateful for that. And in its place, I did treatments.
Oh,
And had just the most magnificent journey. I'm really grateful to this teaching for helping me to figure out life sometimes and move forward in a new direction. I'm embarking with my therapist on a new whole meditation program starting this week.
nice.
So I don't know. I did a meditation yesterday. I visualized love going out from my home to all over. And when I got up from my little meditation session, I had 4 new orders on my website. So
Amazing.
I think that qualifies as a demonstration.
I think it does.
So,
absolutely.
Much gratitude. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you all. I am grateful. I had a similar experience. We had our board meeting this past Wednesday evening, and it was about 5 minutes till time to start, and my phone rang, and it didn't have a name with it. It was just a number. And I usually don't take those calls, but something told me take the call, even though I was in a tight time frame. And I took the call, and it was the music director at one of our other centers asking me for referrals for our musicians and wanting to share their musicians with us. So I have 3 new names of new musicians who may be coming to perform with us. So just trusting that inner guidance of answer the phone. And, not that they wouldn't have left a message or anything, but it was really wonderful to be able to share that with the board immediately within that happening. So trust that intuition. All right. So let's get started with service, shall we? Whoops. All right. Would you, before we do that, I do have one more announcement for us all. I know Bert's going to talk about this too. Our Glow Putt and Sweet Treats is coming up in a couple of weeks on the 19th of July. So I just want to invite everybody to come and play with us. It's inside golf. It glows in the dark. There's lots of neon, so it's lots of fun. And we'll putt 18 goofy golf holes, and there'll be a prize for the winner. And then we'll go next door to Sweet Republic for ice cream treats and just some fun social time together. It's $25, covers everything. It's a donation for you to the center, and I'll pick up everything else. And it's just a lot of fun. We've got some signups, and I would invite you to do likewise. And Valerie's got a question.
No, I don't. I think it's wonderful. It's a great thing to participate in. So I encourage anyone.
Testimonial.
Yeah.
Testimonial. It's fun. Fun. Yeah, it is fun. It is fun. Lots of laughs. Lots and lots of laughs. And you don't have to know how to play golf to do this. So come and join us for that. And now would you join me in prayer, please? As we just breathe into this moment and the recognition that there is one presence, one life, one eternal energy that is spirit, that is source, that is God, that is essence and presence. We call it by many names: Jehovah, Allah, God. It doesn't really matter. It matters that we have that relationship with it, that we know that infinite presence. It is that which is the creator of all that is, through its love and through its creativity, that all is made manifest, including each of us. It is love and joy, peace and wholeness, harmony, divine right order and action. It is the perfection of life unfolding in, through, and as its creation, but not being absorbed by it. And all of that is here now present, in, through, and as me, and in, through, and as each one of us gathered here this morning in the room, and those online, and anyone who may be listening later to this broadcast. We know that there's no separation, that we are in this oneness, that we are in this one life together. Interconnected, interdependent, one whole being of love. And that we are whole, perfect, and complete in that beingness. And so I speak my word this morning for and about all of us that are gathered, knowing that we're here by divine appointment today, that there are no mistakes, that each of us is here for receiving the connection, the smiles, the hugs, the love in the room, that we are here for the message, we're here for the music, we're here for community. And I know that in our oneness, that we are whole, that there's nothing broken, that there's nothing missing. We're just perfect. Perfect in our divinity and in our expression as our uniqueness of spirit in us, as us, and through us. And I bless our service, knowing that we each receive exactly what we have come here to hear today, whether we know it or not. I bless our music, our volunteers, a special blessing on Jim this morning as he is heading up our IT department today, knowing that all unfolds smoothly and easily with grace. And I bless all faith traditions, knowing that there are many, many ways to experience the divine. Whether we worship in a center like this, in a temple, a mosque, on a meditation cushion, out in nature, there are many ways to connect with the infinite because we're always connected. There is never a separation. And how grateful I am that we know that truth. How grateful I am for this community and its gathering each week, and the love that it expresses. And for this ministry and its outreach and how it reaches out into the world through our online broadcast each week, touching lives and hearts. And so in gratitude and thanksgiving, I release this prayer into the action and activity of law, knowing that it is done, and we affirm that truth together by saying, and so it is. And our first song this morning.
When I was a boy, each week on Sunday we would go to church, pay attention to the priest. He would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. When I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two. Jesus made the water wine. And I remember feeling sad. Miracles don't happen still. Now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything, everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. When holy water was rare at best, it barely wet my fingertips. But now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down. But I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Read a questioning child's face, say it's not a testament. That'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come, say it's not a sacrament. I tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood, I saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush and singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. Everything is holy now. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down. But I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now.
Isn't that a pretty song? Everything is holy now. Beautiful song for our message today, which is connected by design. Yes, we're good? All right. Which is connected by design. And we're going to be talking about oneness. And would you agree that oneness is a core foundational principle of the science of mind? Yeah, we talk about it a lot. We are one in spirit. The principle of oneness is an important step in our affirmative prayer. The first two steps, recognition, unification, that is our remembering our oneness in the divine before we move into our realization. Today, we're going to take a deeper dive into this principle. It's not unique to our teaching. It is really in pretty much every faith tradition teaches this in one way or the other. Christianity, of course, when Jesus said, I and the Father are one. That was how he said it. And I think that intellectually, we get this. We understand this in our heads. We get that we're one. There's one source, one substance, one life that is manifesting through and as all of its creation, through you and through me. We're individualized expression of this divinity, and we live, move, and have our being in it, and it does through us. We've heard those words a million times, haven't we? Yeah. But if we moved it from live from spirit, not looking for spirit. That's the distinction. Are we living from spirit or looking for spirit? In philosophy, we talk about the subject and object. We are the observer subject. The object is all the stuff out there that we're looking at. And when we look at all the stuff out there, we see it as being separate from us, right? We give it meaning for us, what it means to us. So how in the world are we supposed to get oneness from that into here? How are we supposed to do that when everything tells us on our senses that it's all out there and separate from us? Well, Ernest Holmes flips this a bit when he says there is no outside. There is nothing outside. There is no outside. If God is infinite, where are you standing? You can't be outside of infinity. There's no cosmic waiting room. He goes on to say there is a great difference in believing God is within you or outside you. Would you agree? Yeah. If God is outside you, how are you going to reach this God who, not being part of you, must be separate from you? You have to go find it, right? And then maybe make it happy to be with you or help you or whatever. The God who is already within you needs no reunion with anyone. No introduction, I might say. God is already in your every act, every thought, every movement, in your every plan, purpose, and performance. We're like threads in a tapestry. Have you ever seen one of those big, beautiful tapestries that hangs on the wall? It looks like a painting, maybe. And you get up to it and you begin to notice there's threads. And they're all different colors and different textures. And they're different stitches. And they go in different directions. But when you stand back and you see that picture of a face, maybe in that tapestry, it looks great. But when you go up and look at it, you notice there's individual threads. And the eyes are different colors than the cheeks or the lips or the hair or the trousers. And they're going in different directions. But all of that makes a beautiful tapestry, doesn't it? It makes one tapestry. That's multiplicity in the one, individualized in the oneness of it. Every thread is necessary. Every thread is required. And every thread is beautiful, just like us. Another way to think of oneness is like the pages of a book. Most of us like to read, yes? A book is a story. And within that are hundreds of pages. Every page is different, has a different number even, right? May have a different font. Maybe some are italicized. Maybe some are not. Maybe there's different colors. Maybe there's pictures or no pictures. But all of those pages combine into one book, into the oneness and the wholeness of the one book. Have you seen the movie The Answer Man? It's an old movie. I think it came out in 2009 maybe. It was on Netflix this week, so I watched it again. And it's loosely based on Neil Donald Walsh's book, Conversations with God. And in it, the author is struggling, and he's asked questions by everybody because they think he is channeling God, and he knows he's not. But anyway, that's part of the plot line. So he is asked by a new acquaintance of his, "Why are we here? Why am I here?" And his response was so beautiful. He said, "God delights in you, is excited to experience life through you every day. You are here so God can experience the world through your eyes." And I applauded. I just thought that was the greatest line in the movie. It's beautiful, and it's a beautiful imagery to think Spirit is so excited for us to get up in the morning so I can experience life through you, through your eyes. Hurry up. It's just such a thrilling thing. And Spirit is doing that not only through mine, but through your eyes and your eyes. Everyone on our planet. Imagine the energy that is generated from that. I sometimes think of unity and multiplicity or individualized expressions that we talk about as cells in the body. And I think that's a good metaphor representation of that. Ernest Holmes talked about how we are in the micro what God is in the macro, that we create the same way. And I think our whole creation process of us is very much like that. And it's a demonstration of oneness. We have these miraculous transportation vehicles that we ride around in called our bodies, right? Now, Maserati cars don't have anything on God in the design department. Our bodies are made of trillions of different cells, right? And yet here we are, those little itty tiny cells. If you've ever seen one under a microscope, I mean, here we are in form, a whole person, but we're made up of trillions of little individual things. It's amazing. And those cells work in concert for the sole purpose of keeping us healthy and moving around on planet Earth. Amazing. When we're conceived, each one of us, two little tiny cells, came together in an explosion of light for this grand adventure. And they began to duplicate and multiply. And soon there were 4, and then there were 8, and then there were 16 and 32, and so on, until we get to about 100. And then suddenly they become brilliant. They become absolutely brilliant because at that point, they begin to specialize themselves. This one's going to be a brain cell. This is going to be a blood cell. This is going to be a heart cell. How do they do that? It's like a thermos. How does it know if it's hot or cold, right? I don't know. So after the first couple of weeks, blood, heart, skin, and brain cells begin that specialization. And then by week 4, we start to develop lungs, and on and on and on it goes until 9 months later, here we are. Wow. If you've ever read any of the literature about embryology, it's totally fascinating. It is absolutely fascinating. And for me, it was proof positive that there is a divine, infinite source of intelligence, so much more brilliant than we are, that could ever create this system. It is so not random. So not random. Our cells work with each other to keep our bodies alive and healthy. They don't fight over who's right and who's wrong. Our red blood cells don't discriminate against our white blood cells. Our heart does not bomb our lungs. They work in concert. They work together to support the overall system. And they're living examples of multiplicity acting as oneness for our wholeness and our whole beingness. Multiple individualized cells, just like us, one body, which is spirit. Which is spirit. And that's the idea of spiritual oneness. And when we begin to understand that, and we are connected by our very design, we can start to see it everywhere. We can begin to see it in everything around us as part of us. We see it as a cell of individual consciousness because we're immersed in consciousness at all times. And we recognize that while not every cell in our body or every cell out there chooses something that we like, think about a diseased cell in our bodies. It doesn't mean it's no longer a part of us, does it? It just means it's having a bad day. Or maybe making choices because of its free will. But does it mean it's not still part of us? No, it's still part of us. This week I was driving, and you know how drivers are, they misbehave sometimes. Well, I had one misbehaving in front of me, trying to get on the freeway. And it was interesting that even though I noticed the bad behavior, and I think I complained about it also, but I caught myself and I asked myself, am I separate from that being? And I said, no, that's still my brother or sister. I think it was a brother, making a bad choice. But they're not separate from me. We're still one. And I smiled at that. That made me happy to have that realization in that moment. I know it's because I've been working on this talk for weeks, but it was just very powerful to have that realization that I did not, even though I was upset by the behavior, I did not put them separate from me. I did not put them separate. You see, I've been working on this principle of oneness for a long time. I first heard about it when I came into Science of Mind over 25 years ago. And after a few classes and so forth, I began to get it intellectually, but I wasn't getting it inside. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. And I knew I wasn't feeling it, and I felt like a phony. So I tried a lot of prayers and I tried a lot of practices, but it still remained in my head. Until I surrendered and stopped looking for places to plug into spirit. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And I began to realize that I was looking from spirit. I was looking from spirit, from source. I wasn't looking for it. I didn't have to look for it because it was right here. And that happened in my meditation practice, which is why I push meditation so diligently in our community, because there's such power in it. Now, one of those deep meditations was a deep meditation about releasing the body form. Last week in our meditation before service, we did the guided meditation where we were releasing our individual senses and watching them float away so that we could be present to the meditation. This one was longer and went further than that to release the entire body form. Everything. Guiding us into that until we were only experiencing what was left. Pure consciousness. The real me. The observer became the I am. It was very powerful. It was very powerful. But the problem is, a lot of us want to stand outside. We treat God like a vending machine. We want to stand outside of it and put our prayer coins and our affirmation coins in and wait for something to drop out of it. We need to climb inside the machine and just say what we want. Because that's really where we live, is inside the machine. We sit in our meditation hoping to connect with spirit, find that plug-in to hear, see, or feel something. But oneness encompasses our mind. It's where we live from spirit, not searching for it inside ourselves or outside of ourselves. We are it, so there's no need to connect to it. It's like, you go in, you're looking for Wi-Fi signal. Where's the Wi-Fi signal? We are the Wi-Fi. We don't have to look for the signal. We are the Wi-Fi. And meditation is our time to slow down, to unplug from all of that distraction that's going on, and to relax into being and remembering the truth of who we are. It's sort of, remember the movie Cocoon, 80s, cute movie, and how they were sneaking next door into the swimming pool to swim in the water because the water was restoring their life energy. Because on their planet, they were aliens to our planet, but on their planet, their recharge was through water. And so they snuck over there and they would just absorb all that life energy because they were being depleted here on planet Earth. Our restoration is through meditation. That's how we get our life force back from all of that that's pulling away from us every day, all day long. The headlines, the situations, the events, whatever. It's dragging us down, and we need to recharge and restore our life force energy through our meditation practice. This law of mind and spirit that we teach, it responds to us because it is us. We're not commanding some distant power to go do something. We're simply directing our own spiritual dominion that each one of us is born with. If you're feeling separate from God, or even feeling separate from the person next to you, you're not crazy. You're just trusting your senses. You're trusting your senses because that's what we are taught to do, is to trust those external senses. But spiritual mastery means that we look past the appearances, past our senses, to what is true. To what is true. Where do you fall into illusion of separation? Is it the people you work with? Do they push some buttons? How about our families? They could push buttons, yes. Politics? That's a hot one these days, isn't it? Everybody being inundated with texts and mail and signage and all that stuff, yeah. Or maybe it's when somebody brings up politics and they want to talk to you about their politics and it happens to not agree with your politics. Does that trigger you to pull back and feel separate from them? Maybe. One of the things that I have been surprised by lately as I've worked with all of this is that when the political topics come up, I have found myself being attached to my beliefs as opposed to curious about theirs. Think about that. Attached to my beliefs instead of curious about theirs. So to improve my understanding, I've been doing research on all of it, to understand all of it. And it's been quite revealing to see that bigger picture and begin to diffuse my own energy around right, wrong, and whatever. And to, go back into history and look at other nations and all of that kind of stuff. When I've done that, I just get a broader, more accepting of all of it position. So if you're looking to step out of the craziness of it all, do some investigating, check it out, see what's out there. And at least if somebody challenges you, you'll have a good response, right? It won't just be emotional, it will be a response. Ask yourself the next time it comes up, can I be curious instead of righteous about this? Can I be a better example of living the science of mind teaching instead of getting angry in this? Can I have dialogue instead of anger and arguments? Imagine if this got caught on as a thing. Dialogue instead of arguments and anger. One of my favorite quotes from Ernest Holmes says, "Unity does not mean uniformity. Life has set the stamp of individuality upon everything, from a blade of grass to a person. There is unity at the center, variety at the surface." Unity at the center, variety at the surface. When I thought about that, I thought about lantana. When I first saw the lantana that blooms in 2 or 3 different colors, have you seen those? They're like red and orange and yellow on the same plant. I was fascinated by it. I thought it was just the coolest thing. One plant blooming with multiple colors, just so cool. And that's what this quote reminds me of all the time. Unity does not mean uniformity. Unity at the center, variety at the surface. And that's how I think of all of us on planet Earth. There's a lot of variety on the surface when we look around, right? But down at that center, at that core, we are one. We are one human family. And just like the cells of our body and all of nature around us, we're connected by design. Compassion is not a moral obligation. It's sanity. Kindness is treating yourself well in another form. We're engineered for connection, built for wholeness, and the universe doesn't make any mistakes. So this week I invite you to take down the walls of separation and claim your inherent abundance, health, and joy, because it is your birthright by design. Let's look at how we can practice these principles this week. We're going to do some breath work. Anybody done any breath work practices? Yeah. Our lungs are where the universe on the outside becomes the universe on the inside. And we'll use this practice as a starting point to experience oneness. The first thing is set your timer for 3 minutes twice a day. I'm going to do this practice 2 times a day. The first is we're going to do a box breath. Box breath is very common practice in a lot of traditions, as well as I think the military uses it. A lot of different practices use it because it's a way that calms our nervous system down, it calms our minds down. And you can use it in any situation where you're feeling stress or out of sorts. So we're going to start with box breathing to just settle ourselves. So for the first minute of your 3 minutes, you will inhale slowly to a count of 4, hold it for a count of 4, breathe out for a count of 4, hold that empty lung for a count of 4, and then repeat. So inhale 4 and hold it 4, exhale 4 and hold that 4. And do that for about 1 minute. And notice how your body relaxes and centers. It also helps with going to sleep at night. It's another way that you can use this. So once you're calm and centered, then the next minute, every time you inhale, you will breathe in and visually imagine the air flowing in. And realize that this oxygen was just exhaled by the plants and the trees around us. It was just exhaled by them because that's what they produce for us, right? Feel it crossing the boundary of your nose, coming in and going down through the body, into the lungs, feeling the lungs, and then moving out into the bloodstream, to your heartbeat, to your cells, moving throughout. And then finally, the last minute, every time you exhale and breathe out, visualize your breath leaving the body to feed all of these plants and all of these trees and things around us. And mentally say, I am breathing the universe in. The universe is breathing me out. I am breathing the universe in. The universe is breathing me out. A nice, calm, peaceful kind of a practice for us this week. I invite you to try that a few times. In the science of mind, we live, move, and have our being in God. And it is a continuous, unbroken flow. We cannot separate from it because we are completely immersed in it. We can't pull away. And our breath is the perfect metaphor for that. You can't hold a single breath. We'll suffocate, right? We have to breathe in and out. It's a process that we constantly do, an unbroken cycle of giving and receiving. And breath work helps our ego to stop pretending that it's isolated, that we're isolated. And it allows us to begin to experience oneness of that breath and begin to expand that into the oneness of all. We'll close it out this morning with a quote from Marcus Aurelius, who said, all things are linked with one another, and this oneness is sacred. There is nothing that is not connected with everything else. And so it is. We are not going to do Q&A this morning, but if you want to continue the conversation, 2 ways to do that. One is join us for brunch. We're going to Picasso's right after service, and we can have more conversation at the table. And if that doesn't work, you can join us tomorrow evening from 6 to 7:30 for our Art of Living Circle. And as part of that, tomorrow night, we will close that meeting with our guided meditation, the one that I used for my first experience of oneness. So I hope you can join us for that. We'll be doing that tomorrow evening. So would you join me for prayer right now? So as we go within, just breathe in that breath of life and let it go. Recognizing that infinite flow of give and receive. And recognize in this moment, God is. The one power, the one presence, the one life that is in, through, and as all, that is in, through, and as me, that is in, through, and as each one of us. All of it is here present now in this room. As we broadcast our message out into the world, connecting with all of those who are listening to us this morning, those that listen later, those that listen Wednesday. Just knowing that there is no separation, because there's no such thing as separation, only separate in our minds when we choose to be. And so this day is about oneness. This message is about oneness and remembering that we are one. Diverse and unique on the outside. Individualized choices. Individualized success and failure. All of it is spirit expressing. Like the movie said, God sees life through us and is excited every day to see what we are up to next. Because we are a free choice. We get to decide. And so I know that as we anchor and continue to anchor and go deeper into this oneness, into our meditation time, that we know God, that we build that relationship with the divine. And I know in this moment that for anyone that has anything on their heart today, as they lift it into the prayer, as they lift it into the consciousness of this room, that it's all healed and all made whole and that all is perfect and complete. That whatever question there is answered. Whatever needs to be healed is healed. And that prosperity and finances flow. And that love is abundantly expressed. And that there is just wholeness. And it is with gratitude that I release this prayer into the action and activity of law, knowing that it is already done. And we affirm that truth together by saying, and so it is. And we have Denise Rosier with I Know God.
I am one, simple and plain. No superpowers, no famous name. But I stand tall, 'cause I believe something greater has come alive inside of me. I have felt the Spirit stirring in my soul, deep in my soul. I will give love, I will speak peace, all because of the love that's got a hold of me. So wide open, so amazing, it takes my breath away when it occurs to me. In a world where so many feel lost, I know God. I am one, but I'm not alone. When I'm with with you. I am home, side by side. We find the truth when the spirit in me needs to sing. I have felt the fire burning in my soul, deep in my soul. I will give love, I will speak peace, all because of the love that's got a hold of me. So wide open, so amazing, it takes my breath away when it occurs to me. In a world where so many feel lost, I know God. I will give love, I will speak peace, all because of the love that's got a hold of me. So wide open, so amazing, it takes my breath away when it occurs to me. In a world where so many feel lost, in a world where so many feel lost, in a world where so many feel lost, I know God. I know God.
Isn't she awesome? Love that. So who's listening online today? Do we have anybody?
Rachel.
Hi, June. Hi, Kay. Hey, Rachel and Beverly. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Glad to have you with us. It is time in service for Grateful Giving. If you felt nourished by today's service and would like to support the work that we're doing together, your gifts are deeply appreciated and help make gatherings like this and our online broadcast possible. I invite everyone in the room and online that's joining us today in this sacred practice of generosity. We have lots of ways to give listed on our slide. And Miss Penny is going to be our usher today. Welcome home. And if you're comfortable, you can put your gift over your heart and join me for our affirmation. I am an open channel through which prosperity flows. I accept the divine flow of goodness, ideas, and substance through me now. I am grateful for my full and prosperous life. And so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful.
Please join me in blessing that which has been circulated here today through our community, the hugs, the conversation, our message, our music, our beautiful volunteers in service that have supported us this morning, and everyone joining us today in our virtual community as well as here in the room. We are so grateful and so blessed. And I know that all who have chosen to give this day, that they and their gift is blessed, pressed down to overflowing, not only in their lives, but in the life of this center, as we are a grateful receiver for all of the abundance that we receive and is circulated to and through us as a community. We are so blessed, and so it is. Thank you, Penny. And thank you for your generosity in supporting our community today. And we have some closing announcements with Mr. Burt. Thank you, Burt. There you go.
Good morning and welcome everybody. And Reverend Jill, thank you for the service today. Closing announcements. If you would like an affirmative prayer today, leave a written prayer in the box up front or on the website 24/7 or see Reverend Jill. Remember to sign up and stay in touch and receive the weekly newsletter and Mindful Monday recap. If you would like to share your gifts and talents or learn something new, we are asking for volunteers for our audio-visual team. See Reverend Jill after service if you would like to be in service to our community. Training will be provided and the commitment is for one Sunday each month. Today is Brunch Bunch at Picasso's, where we meet for food, fun, and friendship after service. The food is great and everyone is welcome. To join us at the Promenade, Frank Lloyd Wright, just east of Scottsdale Road. Our next Art of Living Circle meeting is tomorrow night, June 29th, live or on Zoom. Join us at 6 p.m. through 7:30. This is a deeper discussion about our topics this month. If you would like to have connection at a deeper level with our teaching, plan to join us tomorrow evening. Contact Reverend Jill for login details. Everyone is welcome. And this Wednesday, July 1st, our Q3 visioning on Zoom with Reverend Jill is at 6 p.m. All are welcome. Instructions provided and no experience necessary. You will need to register for credentials. See Reverend Jill. July 19th is a Sunday. Reverend Jill is once again hosting a miniature golf grateful gathering, glow, putt, and sweet treats. We'll start with some cool glow-in-the-dark indoor mini golf, followed by Sweet Republic ice cream. Register today. It's just $25 donation to the center, and that gets you golf and ice cream. Build a team or come as a single. Guaranteed to have good time, and all proceeds support our center. And sign-up sheet is out front. Next Sunday, July 5th already, Reverend Jill will introduce our July series, Getting Your Ducks in a Row, with her message, Discovering Freedom in Wholeness, where we'll celebrate our 250th anniversary of freedom and explore a deeper kind of freedom that comes from recognizing our spiritual wholeness. And we'll be right back next week at 10 a.m. for our message, 9:30 a.m. to meditate and streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Plus, there is a Wednesday night rebroadcast of today's message at 7 p.m. on both channels for your midweek boost. Please stand for our affirmation and closing song. I live in peace and share my joy. I am empowered by spiritual truth. Today, I am one in the one, and so it is. Thank you for being with us today, and please join.
It's the light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, 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 let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine, 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 let it shine. It's the light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. It's the light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. It's the light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, All in my house, I'm gonna let it shine. All in my house, I'm gonna let it shine, 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 let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, 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 let it shine. Out in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. Out in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. Out in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine, 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 let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, 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 let it shine. Let it shine, 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 let it shine.